it.
Oh yes.
So we're going to the Wellington estate
Yeah.
with Jackie
So
Stoutheart.
Velington.
Velington? Oh, yeah, I meant that. I was just thinking of steak.
Very well.
Very well. We're not like 2 minutes in and you're already... Okay, it's all good.
I'm just waiting. There's
One of
gonna
those
come a
nights.
day. There's gonna come a day when you guys are like, oh, I'm done with this. I'm here
don't-
until that
you're
day.
taking advantage of it. Till
Until you guys kick me out the door. It's my life.
don't you forget.
I will take them away.
But I love
Don't
them.
you
She got me new dice.
forget about me.
Okay. So Jackie is escorting you all to the wall, and you're as you're approaching, you're making notice of the size of these walls. They're 60 feet high. They're clearly, they're clearly built to handle something.
They
Yeah.
are clearly built.
They are clearly built. Yes, actually, they are clearly built.
Or are they opaquely built?
Thank you for the correction.
And
So
is-
they're clear? Just kidding.
This isn't like Kaimao.
yes, you're approaching the gate. There's a bit of a line in there, and you're seeing the guards are turning quite a few people away from entering the city.
That's right, we weren't in the city. yet.
Not old Jackie Stoutheart.
You guys were in the slums, south of the wall.
By the way, is he like limping or is he just taking
You
his
guys
well?
healed him.
Remember?
Mhm.
I did heal him.
Of course I remember that.
I did.
He was gonna die, unless you guys healed him.
And I did.
So. Yep.
And this is his way of repaying
And
us.
we're all proud of you.
Thank you.
Actually,
Yeah.
because now we can get entrance to the city.
Right.
Should be proud of me.
So there's
We can find your people.
you see nearly half a dozen guards guarding the entryway.
Half a dozen.
Yeah, they're pretty
Oh, it's a big
pretty large. Yeah, pretty large entryway, and they gotta be able to stop somebody who wants to maybe ride a horse in without their permission or something. They gotta handle threats.
Horses are a nuisance in the city anyway.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
Keep them on the outside.
Right.
Did you say they turn horses away?
Yes.
When the horses come up to the gate, do they look at them and say, nay?
Yeah, I think here it
I
comes.
could see that one coming.
I already had it in
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
See, these go in my hand, but I have a filter.
You need to learn to just take down the filter. It does no one any good.
Maybe you should be the bard.
So the guard says, "Stop, papers."
To us?
Do we have papers?
I was just gonna say,
I look at
do we
Jackie
have papers?
Stoutheart and just smile.
He says, "All right, these ones are with me. We're going to the Velington estate." He says, the guard responds, "You with them?"
And I just smile my biggest, happiest bardic smile I can, and like, yes, with us. And I'm wearing my bridge clothes. I strip down in the middle twice to change into my grunge and change back.
That's,
Did you change back into the...
Yes, I did.
it's highly uncomfortable. There were children present.
There were, but they were also demon children, so they had it coming. And then I just smile and say, actually, no, I don't say anything. I just give a big smile.
Okay.
Like just my
You can roll
best.
performance.
Yeah, my best 19 plus 6.
Oh God, I didn't
I
waste
look
my...
just
The guard
radiant.
is quite charmed by you,
I wink at
Oh
it.
my!
and he says, "Maybe that one would like to have drinks with me later."
I said maybe. And I turned to what I don't say anything. I don't want to mess it up.
Why is it whenever I think of like someone being charmed, I think of George Takei? Oh my!
My.
You're gonna make me do sound effects now.
Yes. Uh huh.
All right.
So,
There's video evidence too that you will be doing those sound effects.
Probably. But I can also cut it all out.
probably, maybe not. So the guard says, "Very well. Go on in. If these cause any trouble, it'll be on you and the Velington estate."
And then I just tip my hat.
He was talking to Jackie.
I know, but I
Oh,
just
okay.
tip my hat and go in because I'm just trying to like get their attention while the rest
Yeah.
of us walk through.
He says, "Right, thanks, Jocko." That's the guy's name.
Oh, Jocko. And I
Jackie
say,
and Jocko?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which one is that? That would definitely be the one.
So you enter in through the gates, and you're seeing the city. For some of you, what may be the first time.
I think everyone, right?
Yeah.
I've never been here before.
You
Have you
had
been here
to-
before?
Not that I remember. Not that
Didn't
my
really
character
stick with
history says.
So
Maybe you have.
Didn't leave
We
much
don't
of a
know.
depression for
this is the large, capital city of the realm, and it's
This is the capital
Mhm.
of.
of Tal'Dorei.
Oh.
Yes, and it's so densely populated, and there are so many things, and the size of the city is practically incalculable. I mean, there are a lot. I mean, out of game if you try to look it up online. Nobody agrees on how big this city is.
It's true, and also the districts are so
Mhm.
whatever. So by the way,
Yeah.
it's our city.
Yeah,
our
yeah. This is our city. So those of you that know more than me, just know. You don't.
Well, you're the DM, so what you
Exactly.
say
It's
goes.
my city.
There's one district, and it's very small.
And I think that the creators of this
Yeah.
intend it to be that
Yeah.
way.
What's
He
that? How do you
literally
say
did.
that?
Tal'Dorei?
Oh, okay.
Tal'Dorei. Yeah.
I was looking to you to say. 'Cause
Okay.
So, what you're noticing as you're going in, you see vast differences between poverty and wealth. So you're seeing, a really, really wealthy district right next to, practically homeless. Just huge gaps, disparity. There's tons and tons of alleyways and building tenements, government housing, that kind of thing.
populous.
One could get lost in here.
Oh, easily.
Don't find yourself in an alley.
And one could probably safely assume that you'd find just about anything you could want to find in the world in this city.
Challenge accepted.
And I only have 9 gold.
You want to borrow one of mine?
Yes, probably.
And Jackie's kind of
I can stay out hard.
he's being the nice guide through the city. And he's saying, "Oh yes, and right over here we have Jarl's Tavern of Good and Bad, and and over here we have a
I've
bunch
heard of
of
that
homeless
place.
children. Don't mind them; they're
Oh.
homeless."
And that note, I did hide that thing like inside my clothes, like deep inside the recesses.
You like
of my-
super concealed it.
Oh yeah, it's under my breastplate.
I
There's no way
will,
they're finding it. By the way, I have a breastplate. It's just under my clothes. You can't see it.
If go ahead and roll
It's literally
d20.
my own. Me?
Yeah, and I will add it as a
17.
challenge to anybody that has to pickpocket at you. So, okay,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
You said there's homeless kids.
I'm watching them.
I'm gonna walk over it and hand them 2 silver, so that they can eat.
Philanthropist.
So the nearest, I assume you're just going for the nearest child.
Yeah, well, just or
The
maybe
saddest looking
yeah. How many kids are there?
There's a group of them. They're probably playing. So a half dozen.
Okay, I'll give 1 silver piece to each of them,
Oh,
just so
okay.
they can go eat
Okay.
for the next.
Okay.
I was worried for a moment that you're going to give one to one of them. They would have torn that one apart like rats. Just
So
in
they-
the future, be careful where you're handing it out.
They're all just ecstatic that somebody gave them so much money, as silver would feed them for quite a while. So they run off excited to probably hide it in their little cubbies or their little secret spots.
The dwarves and the orphans both have cubbies. That's a throwback to our last campaign. Do you remember that? Okay. I said cubbies and they just hounded me for like weeks.
I won't bring up anything else.
Alright.
And Jackie continues on and he says, "Over here, this is where we have the Velington estate. This is where the merchant class homes are.
Okay. That's all right and
Can I
good.
figure my accent?
Again,
Oh.
what are we doing over here? I don't quite remember. Are you giving us work or?
Oh, I'm bringing you to Lord Velington.
Yes, but is he a nice man? Is he going to mess with us?
Oh yes, he's
fire?
very nice. He needs people like you.
That's what I was afraid
Like
of.
us? What does that mean?
He needs
Adventurers,
he means-
tough,
He means mercenaries,
Oh.
darling.
Oh.
He's assuming we're mercenaries.
open to go through the open world to find this and that.
I'm good at finding this and that. Not much else.
He asked me to do it, but to be honest, I'm not very good at it.
Especially without your legs.
Yes,
How did that cart fall on top of you?
I think something startled the horses. I really don't know. I was running quickly, then the next moment a cart was on my legs. And
Game glitches, launching it. I got it.
What?
Nothing. That's what it's called in my part of town.
Oh, I never heard of game glitches.
I know you
So
wouldn't.
It's a funny term.
Right, let's go.
So he takes you to the front of the Velington estate, and you can see that
I'm
it's
just seeing how this plays out.
it's it's a nicer home, but it doesn't seem like it's probably as well maintained as the other homes around it.
So it's one of the poor houses.
Rather, it's a rather large place. So
But-
somebody with money acquired
Sure.
it. But
It's seen better days.
yeah, it's seen better days. Yeah. So opening the front door, he guides you in, and he takes you up the staircase, and
He opened the door?
yeah.
No servants open the door?
Mm-mm.
I don't trust him. Just walk
Wait,
into
who-
someone's estate like
Oh,
this.
Jackie opened the door.
Jackie opened the door.
I whispered to you as we're walking up. I'm like, make sure they're not cannibals or something. I see something going on, and I'm
Nope. Nope.
just gonna let it go.
So you know where my brain went.
I
but
did, but I was just seeing it.
It was the actual cannibal.
We
what?
already faced him.
Who's that?
So he takes you up this grand staircase, and as you're going up the steps, there you get like a random creak here and there, and the wood's not polished and stained and nice. It looks like it's pretty well worn. And
It's probably
More-
well worn
more-
if there's a creek running through the middle of the building.
that's a problem.
I'm sorry, I'll
You
stop.
shouldn't build your home on a river.
I
It's-
know.
It does sound beautiful in theory.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm keeping an eye out for how many people, servants, guards, thugs.
You're noticing that there's like relatively little people here for the size of the building. It's kind of
The building, does it look like the house doesn't look old? Or
Yeah,
does it, okay,
it is old. It is old. It's old but not well maintained.
We welcome you to. Anyway, so all right. I'm sorry.
Focus.
I can't.
Both
He's-
of you.
Like if he's going, I'm going. Anyway, so just a small staff.
Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Nobody's hold. He has.
He has a staff.
It's probably quarterstaff.
Also, there was a game being played too.
Yeah. So
Oh, did we have to check in our weapons at the door?
no,
Oh,
That's
not
good.
there.
no. He was just saying there's a small staff, and I said no. He has a quarterstaff.
He can do jokes too.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
This is his game.
This is mine.
And then a dragon comes in.
You die.
Thordak emerges.
So I'll ask him. Terry, are
Jackie?
you? Yeah.
Okay.
Him. There's no one else here besides those
These
two.
people?
I'm
He
not-
could be
but
him.
I'm looking at you.
So
I'm
I
still
asked-
debating on if I
I
want to turn into anybody.
I asked Jackie. So
That hasn't worked out
are you
yet.
pretty familiar with the master of this estate? Then to just
oh yes, I did already tell you. I'm his what's the word? I'm having one of those brain
Ballet?
brain ballets.
aneurysm.
Brain ballets. Yes, brain ballet. I've heard about those.
I'm his retainer.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
That's the word.
That is the word. Keep going.
Okay.
okay.
Yes. So, you continue up the stairs, and he takes you through to a doorway, and he takes you in, and he says, "Ah, yes, here's the master's chambers."
Just right in his room.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm sorry, but the last game we played, I'm just so untrusting.
Did I ruin you
ruined me. You broke me for this group going into any
David
street
doesn't
building.
develop nice situations.
Oh,
No, he doesn't, and I have a feeling you don't either.
we
So
will
far,
see.
so good.
I mean, from my experience.
Everyone has
Okay.
either been a demon or been related to one.
Yeah.
Children, women, old women.
What are you trying to say about children and women and old women?
You know what the common denominator
They're easy to
is?
kill. They were.
We're in a mood tonight.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
We're not drunk, I promise.
If you're watching this, you know exactly what you got into.
Mhm.
At least it's not live and I can't see your comments.
Be grateful for that.
Actually, I
Yeah.
love those. Okay,
Yeah.
for True, is he in there?
So he takes you into the room. It's a dark room.
Keeping my hand.
heavily curtained.
I'm kind of like rubbing my neck where my swords are. And I'm just kind of like getting ready to like.
There's a
I don't trust
a
anything.
fire over in one of the
This is
corners,
also-
and you see a large bed, and
Yes.
it's been set up, and it's heavy curtains on the bed so he can close them and be in total darkness while he's sleeping.
My kind of guy.
And he's actually
He's a
in his
vampire.
bed, and
Is he very old?
no,
Does he have fangs?
no,
I'm
he's
sorry.
not.
He's sickly.
So yes, he's sickly.
Yes.
What time is it? Is it daytime right now?
Yeah. mhm.
Are the curtains open?
No, they're drawn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Jackie takes you. He takes
It's
you
my
over
unit.
and he says, "Lord Velington, I've brought some capable men to you, and woman."
Thank you.
He looks at you and goes,
Whoa,
and woman.
man.
Whoa.
And I
And-
bow.
That would
And
hurt me.
Lord Velington sighs. He just
Can't guarantee.
That hurt me.
very well. Who have you brought me?
Oh my gosh, he's French. Sorry. That was actually Dorian. That was for real. He was
Okay.
like,
You mean? Oh, okay.
no,
sorry.
I meant Dorian
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
today.
I forgot.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
What have you brought in from the streets today?
And is this gonna be up to me? I wait for everyone else to answer.
He's waiting for an introduction, and Jackie is clearly embarrassed by the response.
Don't do well, but I try to explain that we're weary travelers and helped him on the road. But it's no, I actually I'm saying it. Why am I telling you that I'm saying it?
You're supposed to be introducing.
But I'm not
yourself.
doing it well.
He
so
says, "Is
I
that
have
it then?"
we're from the road. It's been a long day. Your guy fell under a cart somehow. I don't do it well.
He says, "Is that it then? I'm supposed to take in weary travelers and
I
do
am,
what with them?"
I am Demetrius. This is Dorian, and this is Brees, and we understand that you are in need of some assistance in some way.
That's what I was
Jackie
trying to
had
say, but
said.
I never got around to it. It was, yes, that. What he said.
And
He's our leader.
He says, "We are in need of assistance constantly ever since I caught the cursed plague.
I put on my mask.
All my staff abandoned me, and I no longer seem to have access to any of my ancestors' abilities, and here we are.
Ancestors' abilities.
Yes, my family has a long past secret of our magical abilities. We are quite well known for it, however, I have no ability for it at this moment. Ever since
it-
I caught it.
is it well known or is it a secret?
It is both well known and a secret. It's the well known secret.
In certain circles, you can really find out anything. So, what you got, sir? What do you have?
The plague.
Yeah, what
Just
kind?
said the plague.
What kind of plague? There's all sorts of plagues.
You're just like,
What?
As
You're
long as-
you're the healer. Why don't you take a look and see if you can?
He
Have
said.
you seen any healers? I'm sure you have your money. You probably do.
He says you don't know.
I just got here.
None of you have tried to use your magic since you've entered the city, have you?
Now I'm worried.
Yes. Well, we weren't into the city yet, so no.
We were on the outside. We fought a demon child. This whole thing.
No, we just got into the city. We haven't really had opportunity or need to use it.
He says, I strongly recommend against you using your any sort of magic in the city. Those who are magic users have been catching this plague, and any who does catch the plague, it seems as though they lose their abilities.
How did you catch the plague?
But just in the city.
Well, that is a large concentration of the plague because of our population.
A magic plague.
And how was it caught? Like
casting
air?
magic in general.
Catching?
I really don't
Just
know.
magic.
However, I do know it is related to magic, to be certain.
What has the council done to have they found out anything?
To be honest with you, I think they're responsible.
Everyone always blames them, but really is it their fault that some crazy necromancer probably cursed the whole city? Probably the world.
Unless they could be the ones that hired this necromancer to give them power over the city.
It could have been a flock of bunnies. We don't really know. I mean, we could don't speculate all day long, but
Is what you need help with outside of the city?
it's
Well,
probably a good thing.
I am told that there are clerics through the city. There are sanctuaries where people can be healed, both inside and outside near the certain districts where the plague can be healed. And I sent this idiot to go find one of said clerics. However, he came back with you.
Oh, she's a cleric.
Yes, I am.
Do you
Oh,
have
she's
the
a-
ability to heal this plague?
I
He lifts up his shirt and shows you. He's got
Ah, there's one
all of
present.
all these black veins stretching across his skin, and
do I
I
do I
heard that bleeding
recognize
works.
it? Just I mean, because like I have a lot of experience with like
Death.
with death
what about
and
it?
stuff. Do I like recognize like the plague? Like would I know
I'll have you roll history.
history? Oh.
It's 30.
Oh, that's okay. 14.
14.
It's better.
So, while remembering quite well your studies of disease and afflictions, you don't recall anything like this. It's very likely it's new.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it is.
All right. I'm not sure what type of plague this is. I would be afraid to try to heal you in case that was not the right thing. So maybe I will go and locate these clerics and I will learn and then I will come back and help you.
He says,
Yes?
yes, that would be wonderful. I would repay you in any way I could.
Well,
Anyway.
okay. It's kind of my duty, but sure. I mean, I think we need to eat, right? So,
Either way, I would be indebted to you.
do you have any inkling where these clerics are?
I'm sorry, I did not understand your accent.
Oh, do you know where these clerics are? Any
Oh.
clues? Do I have an accent?
It's downright sexy. I actually said that.
So she actually punched you.
And I actually felt it.
You're such a dork.
He says, I am not certain. I have not been able to leave my bed for quite some time. However, there are... Anybody should be able to point you in the right direction in the streets. Anybody who has seen one of them. Anybody who's gone to get healed themselves.
Okay.
I-
So Jackie, how come you weren't able to find them if it was easy?
Yeah, Jackie, what were you doing outside the... What you doing outside the city?
He says, they told me it was out in the city. That's why I was out there. He has like 5 accents, by the way.
Hey, it's alright. No, it's good.
I'm
because-
trying really hard.
no,
You're doing a good job. It's
it's
okay.
mental gymnastics.
It's
I
hard,
think
yeah,
you're doing
yeah.
it amazing. I subtly do thieves' cant of just like do you know? And that's all I'm saying. Do you know? Just
To Jackie?
subtly to the room,
Oh, to the room.
seeing
Is
if
that a spell?
thieves can't is not a spell.
It's like sign
It's like
language.
sign language, but for thieves.
They can't do spells.
I can't too. I'll show you.
No, don't.
Dorian just claps. No, I'm just like kind of fiddling and also doing signals and stuff. But I'm just seeing if
Sure. Yeah, no.
Okay.
None of them.
You just think
None of
I'm-
them take
I
notice.
just think I'm like stretching my
Mhm,
head.
They think
Okay.
you're twitchy.
Good. I'm fine with being twitchy.
Okay. All right. Who did you talk
Is
to
that
originally?
something I would have recognized based on my background and where I grew up?
What?
The thieves.
Thieves can't?
Yeah.
Do you
You
know
might have
thieves
seen
can't?
it before.
Well, whether I know it or
It's
not,
pretty
what's something I
it's
could
pretty darn
recognize.
secret, but-
Recognize.
Based off his history.
Whether I
You
know it.
you tell me. Do you have training with identifying thieves and thieves guilds?
Oh.
You tell me.
I don't know. I mean, long drawn out
Do
silence.
you have training in subterfuge and?
No, sleight of
We
hand.
have
but-
a drink.
Okay.
I need
Nothing
more
else.
energy.
So you were taught pretty well how to be swift with
I
your
was-
hands. But
Well, and yeah, having grown up on the streets and things
Uh-huh.
like that.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
I imagine
that
you
makes
would have
sense.
seen
That
it.
makes sense.
But-
Having,
That's what I was thinking.
having
I wouldn't
grown
have,
up the way
I
you
wouldn't
did.
have. I wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't know it, but
I wouldn't
you'd
know
see
it, but I could
You'd
recognize
recognize
it. Yeah.
You'd recognize. Oh, stay away from those guys.
Mhm.
Probably. Yeah.
So if you start
Yeah.
making those, I would.
That makes sense.
If you see me, that's maybe see whether you would see me or not.
That is
But
a 6-7 perception, so I don't see him looking at me.
but I noticed that, and I would kind of like turn into like a glare,
Hmm.
not sure.
Yeah.
I just wink.
Ding.
Because you're not really sure why he's glaring
No.
at you.
I was totally unaware. I just thought he was staring at me. I'm just like, just being silly, as I am supposed to do.
Okay,
Sorry, my
continuing
character.
on.
Okay. All right then. We will do our best, Lord Velington, to find these
Is there a
clerics.
Lady Velington?
Unfortunately, there is not.
Was there ever?
No.
Are you hinting at something, Dorian? Are you volunteering yourself for any of the rest of
All
us?
right, we will go now.
Volunteers tribute.
And I
Because
grab.
we're looking for a woman to talk to trick into giving us more information. But no, she's not
You're
here.
gonna say that out loud?
Quietly, obviously I'm whispering, but they can't hear me.
I grab Jackie's like sleeve and I like kind of pull him out of the room, and now I say,
Should have done by the ear.
just really.
What does
He's,
Jackie
he's
look
dirty,
like?
so I'm just gonna hold up.
Jackie, he's
Jackie?
he's a skinny guy.
Describe him like a movie character. Who would he
He's
look like?
he's
Like Benny from The Mummy.
That's kind of how I was imagining.
That's
what I
how
was
I
imagining too.
similar with red hair though.
Oh, even
Okay.
better.
Yeah, and he's got a scraggly beard growing in.
Grab
Yeah.
him by
Okay.
the beard.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. And I say, okay, tell us who did you talk to that sent you outside of the city?
Well,
You said you talked to someone who sent you outside the city.
you saw it yourself. I didn't make it very far outside the city.
Why did you
Because
need
you
a
got-
cart to carry a cleric back here?
What?
Why did you need a cart to carry the cleric back here?
I didn't need a cart.
Where'd
What? But you had a.
But
Was
you
it
were
your
under
cart?
when we found you.
That wasn't my cart.
Oh, okay. Well, I misunderstood.
That was that man's cart. We went over that.
Did we?
Yes.
It felt like that guy though was part of it too.
It feels weeks ago since you told me. It's been weeks, guys.
It's been a long time. Oh,
We're
like
just
a
so
Are you
month.
excited to
suffering
be together.
from some sort of memory loss?
I cast magic in the city. Don't tell anyone. I didn't cast. That was a joke.
We all
I'm not
went-
bleeding from the eyes or anything.
I don't. Well, Lord Velington wasn't either.
Not yet.
Wait, what?
I don't know what making light chatter.
Do you?
Ask him.
It's not very light. Do you know something about this plague?
Like eye bleeding? No, I thought you were asking me. No, ask him. I don't know.
Okay, just tell me who you talk to and point us in that direction, and we will start again.
Right, so I talked to
Was it near the Jarl's Tavern?
is that what I said it was?
Now, are you
pointed at a
having
lot
some
of-
kind of memory?
You pointed at a lot of things when you were walking. I kind of forgot.
Right. Yes, there's always people talking in taverns and bar wenches, them sorts.
So are
always
the
hearing
clerics
Bar wenches
hiding
are some of the
this
best
from
people.
like the guards and the city people? Like,
No, they're on foot and they're curing people as they come across them in the city.
so it's
I'm
not like
Australian
they're not like doing this in secret. That people know that this is happening. Like everyone knows that this is happening, including like the council and the guards and.
Oh yes, this is common knowledge. You see people all over
Okay,
with this.
and so they're using magic inside the city. Like they're using spells inside the clerics.
I
Using
assume so.
spells.
They're
not-
able to cure this.
But they're not affected.
I wouldn't know. They're covered head to foot.
Okay.
What a strange
If you saw one, you would know it if you saw one.
Okay.
Are there any places that we shouldn't be? Like any districts?
The sewers.
Well, that's a good point.
The what?
Right here.
The sewers. The
I'm with him on that.
I would recommend staying away from people who have the plague. It seems as though those who hang around them tend to catch it.
Oh.
It's seems to be a communicable disease.
In that case, I'm leaving now. I'll see you later. It's
So
been
how are
nice.
you? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
He's not okay.
Are you sure?
yes.
I'm sorry. This may seem indecent, but lift up your shirt because I want to make sure that you don't have the stuff, the same thing as Lord Velington.
She's just curious.
He says, right, you just want to check me out. That's fine.
This comes from a purely medical standpoint. I'm a cleric.
He pulls up his shirt like all the way past his nipples. He's like, see, no marks. I'm clean. I'm good.
Is he?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Clean and good for what standpoint?
All right.
Down.
Okay.
Down. Put back
So
down.
if we go to the Jarl's Tavern, we will find people to
Of good
direct
and bad,
us?
yes.
Yeah.
Of good and bad. Right.
What?
There's two Jarls. One was good, one was bad. The important thing is
Which
the
one's
tavern.
which one? Okay, which one will tell us where we can find the clerics?
The tavern. Let's start there. Every journey good starts in the tavern.
You're
Well,
useless.
The best way to figure it out is just to ask people where they saw one most recently, and you chase them down.
If
or
I'm
you,
a
Are
magic
you
at the
sure?
mill,
Because
you
that
wait for
didn't
them
really
or
work
you wait
for
for them
you.
to come to you.
I mean, that didn't really
That
work
made me
for
nervous.
you. So, I don't think this is as simple as you're saying because, I mean, or you're just an idiot. I'm sorry. That's not very nice.
That
Okay.
wasn't nice.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Jackie's
Jack.
gonna
I don't feel
cry.
very inclined to help you anymore.
Oh, better.
I saved your life.
That's true.
I'm loving
I'm
this. I'm loving
sorry.
this this shift between like a diplomacy to an intimidation.
I'm ready to punch
trying to
him.
bring it back to being helpful. I love it.
It's just a tactic.
It's a roller coaster. This guy's.
Yep.
Keeps him on his toes.
He's gonna regret having met you guys.
Oh yes.
He's gonna wish he died.
I have magic. I'd melt your brain.
Okay. All right. Well,
I can't interrogate anyone.
goodbye.
Oh.
I just turn around and start walking because
just
I'm
leave
just
him?
like embarrassed. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
He says, "Well, you're not going without me, are you? Let me come."
Yes, I think we are. Right? Yes.
Yes.
We're leaving without him.
Here's the thing. We
Like,
know
you
you're
just wanna
good at
take
what
him
you
with
do, but I think it's best you watch your lard. There's not many people guarding your place, and if a bunch of thieves came around it
Watch
earlier,
my lard.
yes, watch your lard. Stop eating garbage.
We
Look,
almost just
I'm
had
not
to
making
clean
fun
up
of your
Gatorade.
multi-accent buffoon. And I
Oh,
actually,
sorry. We
I'm
don't.
from Stelbin, you
we-
dummy.
We don't get a lot of your kind around here.
What do you mean, my kind?
Oh, Okay.
I think we're leaving him.
I'm just gonna grab him by the shoulder and just drag him out.
But he insulted my kind. He doesn't even know who I am.
Just keep
We'll
going.
see you later,
He's
Jackie.
just there, like,
Thank you
scratching his
for
head
your
going,
information.
I'll see you
Aw,
later,
man.
there, Jackie.
I have like a half-drawn sword. I'm just like, let me at him.
All right, so you're gonna go back to the tavern that he pointed out, or I mean,
Yeah, no,
you've
Was that a good one?
You passed
was that the good
multiple.
one?
You passed multiple. I mean,
Okay.
they're
The
kind.
I
You
guess
can
it
find
doesn't
them
really
pretty
just
matter.
looking
Well,
one?
here's the thing. We do need lodging for the night, and we need to have a place where we can kind of bunker
What
down.
time is it?
Well, I'm not saying night now, but it gets nighttime and all the places fill up.
What time is it?
We don't want to end up sharing rooms.
It's probably early afternoon at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Definitely.
All right. Well, then let's go find.
mid-afternoon.
I might be able to get us free lodging. It's just depending.
Okay,
It's
two
a
birds with
bard
one
thing.
stone. Then let's do this.
Finding a tavern. You're gonna go to that back, the one that he pointed out.
Yeah, it would seem pretty decent. He said,
Mhm.
like it's kind of half good.
We don't have a lot of money.
That's not the point. I'm a bard. I can get it anywhere.
Depends on what you
Wow.
consider to be a lot of money.
That's true.
Oh, we don't have a lot of money.
So when we get to the tavern, is it like busy? Is it hopping?
It's the afternoon.
You never know. It's Emon,
Right.
the city that never drinks too much.
Yeah. So
Is that what it's called?
No.
In certain
No?
circles.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a very strange, like tagline for a city.
Yeah.
Motto.
And if it is in certain circles, that's the smallest circle I've ever seen.
I only hang out with Vistani, so it's a pretty small circle. They stole my stuff probably. They abandoned us on the road. They've never found out who they were or where they went.
So you enter the tavern, and it's they don't have any kind of musicians playing at the moment. It seems fairly quiet at the moment. There's a few customers, maybe a dozen, but it's fairly large. It seems like maybe their main hall could seat 35, 40 people.
I walk towards the nearest person that looks like kind of like an innkeep,
Mm-hmm.
and I go up and give a little chat. Is there a man in down here?
Mm-hmm. He's a big man. He's got a large mustache.
That's how I like him. I like to have a big. That wasn't coming out right. What Dorian is very fluid at the moment. But I walk up to him with the best charm I can muster, and I say, "This is a fine establishment you got here."
He says, you're a peachy one, aren't you?
I'm not gonna quite answer that. I think I want to answer that due to present company. But yes, I do like the place. It's quite nice. We're thinking about staying here tonight.
He says, oh yes, we have some of the better lodgings here in this part of town. What sort of rooms might you be looking for?
Well, I don't know about the rest of them, but me and my girlfriend here can stay together, and that one, I'm not assuming he's going to stay with us, but...
Me? What are you talking about?
Yes, I'm talking about you, darling. Of course I'm talking about you.
Your girlfriend, you say? It sounds like you're not too worried about propriety.
I've never been one for propriety. I'm a bard, after all.
Oh, a bard.
Oh.
That was the point I was going to bring up. Yes, a bard, and that's it.
Oh my.
He says,
If he did that, I would have... His eyebrow up.
might you be looking for some additional guests in your room for the evening?
We'll see how the night goes, but I'm thinking for now, I can please...
What guests?
It's important that you
What
don't
about
see
you?
too
Don't
much.
anybody in the city. Why would we want anyone? Oh,
He said you want a room. Would you like some company?
I would
Can
love
I have my
the
own
most.
place?
I would love the
I
most
said I'd guard
private room that you have at this
You're one of those
I
types.
said I'd protect.
inn. No one to be sent to my room. I will come down for food when I'm hungry. That is where I want to
But
be.
I did want to talk to you about
I'm
lodging.
confused. What's going on?
We can find a good place. I mean,
He's flirting with the
naturally, but
innkeep.
I'm
The
not
innkeep
flirting
asked
with the
me.
innkeep. The innkeep's flirting with me. It's not my choice.
That's how
I
you're
don't know,
interpreting it.
innkeep.
That's
I
you.
wasn't interpreting it that way.
Yeah, you are.
He was.
That's what I'm gonna whisper over to Breeze. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get a private room. He's flirting with the innkeep. You guys.
You're not listening. Okay, I turn around. Shush! I turn back to her and say,
I think he's trying to get us
Here's the
3
thing.
rooms
You know-
if he plays his music here.
what my girlfriend just said
No,
behind my
I
back.
She wasn't saying that out loud.
He's sorry.
Just
What
to
did you
joke
say?
Demetrius.
Well, she said that you're a handsome fellow, but no, we don't need anyone else in our
Yes.
room. But what we do need is a good song in this place to make this place liven up. You get more people drinking, more people buying.
Yes, but it is the middle of the afternoon.
I was to say it right now. I mean, I could play right now for you to show you kind of a sample of what I do, but I would require perhaps if I play for here tonight that we'd get to stay here. Perhaps free lodging. Just
You wish to compete against my current bard.
there's no competition if you know what I do. This is just music.
He says
I have to sell it.
he.
I
he's-
told you to shush.
He says Jarvan wouldn't be very happy about this.
Did you say Jarvan?
I did say Jarvan.
Did you hear that he is a... No, I shouldn't say. It's not fair for me to say those things.
Out with it. You started it. Out with it.
I say that he's playing all the clubs these days. He's talking bad about this place. I came here because I heard about it and I didn't believe a word of it.
Speaking bad about us,
Yes, he's looking for
I'm
a
gonna
better...
take a
He's
sip.
looking for a better place up the
we're
road.
his only paying gig.
He is for now, but he's trying to scout some other places. He's a bit of a dirtbag if you get to know him.
He says, I've known that man for 6 years.
I've known him for 20.
Roll deception. He's
I can't.
growing a little deception.
A cantrip, is that magic or is that just a?
This is
Cantrips are magic.
Oh, dang it!
Okay.
I'm not going to because
I
I'm too
wouldn't count
afraid.
it if it's a 20. I gotta have if it's cocked, it's cocked. Alright, 10 plus 6.
So he's just kind of got an eyeball on you, and he's kind of just like,
But he believes me, right?
Yeah.
That's gotta be something.
yeah.
To a point. I mean, yeah.
Right.
It's not like, I didn't
What did
believe
you
you
roll?
forever. I didn't roll a 20. I'm just letting him know. I've known him for quite a while. He's an interesting
This
person.
is very,
By all means, he's a nice person.
very
But
well.
he's
Let's
getting a bit greedy.
let us hear what you have to offer.
I could just tell you a story. Or I could just sing you a song. Or I could play the flute. Or I could do something that you've never seen before.
He says, you claim that whatever it is you do will bring in more people than I usually do.
By far, the
Let's
place will be
see
packed.
that.
Oh, I'll show you. And I say, but you might want to step back.
He says, well, he's behind the bar, so he's just kind of like looking at you like,
Step back even further. Alright,
how about you go up on the stage over there,
I don't think he heard it.
do your trick.
I heard it.
Oh, you
I'm just hoping it stays. There's an eerie sound as I get up on the stage, and
The
I.
wind is blowing.
All right.
did.
Could you blow on it, please? Okay, you're my lucky charm. All right, I go up there and begin my first part, and I stamp.
This is a performance.
Yes. So I stamp, flip the swords up a little bit, and I start doing this like crazy like
like
dance.
like a jig.
at first, not like a jig, but like a like
Understand.
flamenco like thing. Start
You're
clapping,
keeping a rhythm.
and then as soon as I keep the rhythm, I flip out the swords, and they flip in the air, and I try to catch them. So 8 plus 6.
Okay.
I do it not perfectly as I normally do, but I'm just getting started, warmed up.
Sure.
And I start like flinging one on the other one, flipping it around, doing like this crazy dance, and trying to do some flourishes.
Yes, every morning.
And meanwhile, I'm singing. I start telling a story of these two soldiers that fought in this great war. It was an epic battle, 18 plus 6,
Mm-hmm.
which is quite compelling. And then I finish after like a few minutes of just insane, just like flipping the swords around and trying different things, doing daring feats. Now I flip both of them in the air and try to land them onto my shoulder and my back. Not like
Sounds dangerous. Okay.
it is very dangerous. And 9 plus 6. And they land, but not as perfect as they normally do.
I would say they probably don't
Catch a
quite
little
go.
bit.
They don't sink all the way.
Okay. And then I
But
pretend
they
it's on.
don't stab you in the shoulder.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is a win for me. And then I'm telling this story, and then meanwhile, as soon as I finish, I grab like a powder and just like nothing crazy. Just like I have this powder in my satchel that makes a little like magnesium explosion. But it's nothing fancy. It just looks like I'm finishing the story with smoke.
And he just, he joins in and he says, "Well done! Yes, you may keep your room for the evening if you'll do that."
I would do that and more. I've got a better set tonight. That was just a sample.
This is exactly the look on Demetrius' face.
He says, "Okay,
That's
so
wonderful.
you'll be here in 2 hours, and you'll do that for the evening until the evening rush has passed."
Right, and after that, free food as well, right? For my companions, of course.
As long as you can keep that up, you can eat whatever you want.
I can keep that up all day.
Anyways,
Free room and food.
he offers you a free room and food.
A free room or free rooms? Like, did you say we can have two rooms?
Yeah. He says, "Well, now 2 rooms. Just this once.
Fair enough.
My usual bard's out of town. You don't say anything to him, I won't. And you can have a room tonight."
You can chat with me if there's ever a problem, but it's on my head, not yours.
It's just the one just talking down about his other parts.
Did we get his name?
Yeah, we heard his name.
He's not even the barkeep. He just
What was
You
his
just
name?
stand
The
there.
bard or the innkeep?
The innkeeper.
I'm sorry, remind me of your name?
Oh, yes, you want to know that?
well, we gotta.
I'm the owner of this fine establishment.
Yes.
And your name is?
Jarl Jorgensen.
Really? The Jarl Jorgensen.
Mr. Jorgensen.
You're doing just fine. Don't worry, half the characters I was like, yes, his name is Peter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why that just hit so hard.
Jarl
So,
Jorgensen.
have you heard?
Jarl is a common name. Don't make fun of him. He can't help it.
A group of clerics who are healing those who have been afflicted by a strange plague.
Oh, yes, you're seeking the clerics?
Yes. Yes. I am a cleric myself, and I am seeking further education.
They're not hard to miss.
Okay. Everyone keeps saying that. I have yet to see them.
They are usually walking on the main streets.
What are they dressed as?
People?
Well, we were told that they'd have distinguishing marks or robes. So, obviously, we're not looking for just people.
Well, they are dressed head to toe.
That's good.
Likely to
Naked clerics. Not like in the...
likely to protect
that's the
themselves
next
from
book.
this. What's that?
That's the next book. Naked Clerics.
This is my Christmas present from David. Critical Role fans, you will understand.
Tusk love. It's just how it sounds.
It's a
And
notebook.
twice as filthy. It's empty.
Twice as filthy, just to match your imagination.
Oh.
You dirty animal.
He
Well-
says, I don't know the specifics, however, there seem to be at least a couple per district. Healing the afflicted and wounded where they are.
In the city.
Yes.
All right. Can you point me in the direction of the main roads? Because this is a very big city, and I've never been in a big city like this, and I'm kind of lost. I don't even know how we got here. How did we get here?
We walked.
Well, I know that.
How
It's
scared
so
did you-
funny.
I was scared.
There are only 2 main roads, really. They
Oh,
travel
Oh,
they travel from the east wall to the north wall.
Okay.
And
North and south roads.
is anyone
If
else
you
watching?
ask
They
which
probably
way
be
is
watching us
north.
After the
I swear.
I wasn't.
when I was doing the whole dance thing, people were watching, right?
There's not very many. There's like a half dozen.
But there was
on there.
okay.
Mhm.
To that half dozen people, if anyone notices, I'm doing thieves' can again.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just asking,
Of
do
the-
you know?
West north.
Of those 6 people, probably 4 of them are like,
You never know.
Yeah, now that you're getting a better look at those people, there's a few drunkards,
that way.
Oh, I figured they
day
would be.
drinkers, and there's also a couple of lustily dressed women.
Excuse me.
Oh my.
Oh my!
They
No,
seem like they belong here.
What's that?
he did offer to
They
us
seem very comfortable.
friends.
Oh.
That's what he meant.
Of
course he meant
I
Strumpets.
She thought he was making a proposal.
no, I was confused.
Oh.
Guess I don't mind. We don't know
Well, before I
anybody
was
here.
thinking strumpets, but now I'm even more frightened.
All right. Thank you. We'll be back in 2 hours. Yes. Yes. Okay.
He'll be back in 2 hours.
I'll be back in 2 hours. You're getting a place to sleep tonight with food, so pipe down.
Why don't?
Okay. We leave and we're heading north.
Okay, so
You better believe I'm not leaving my pack here.
sure. So as you're traveling,
They're guests.
so you're gonna get on. Well, if you're gonna go north, you're gonna get on the north road.
You don't trust Jarl
Is that where we're
Jorgensen?
supposed to be heading? Were we supposed to head north, or did you?
Well,
say
there's
east?
a north one and a south one. They're two
Oh,
main
and
roads.
that's
They
what-
run through
and
the
that's what they
whole
said?
district.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else is just kind of divided up
Okay.
from those ones.
Okay.
So, so you start traveling on these roads. By the way, this is like miles and miles of road. These are long roads.
Well, they say that they're around here.
They're big roads.
Oh,
they're
so
long.
you're saying
Hopefully
so
we'll
you're
find
making you're taking the official statement that this is a big city. Okay,
It
you
has
heard
been-
it here first.
It's been determined.
There's miles and miles of road, so chances are we are not going to get
It's
back
at least
in 2
that big.
hours.
It's at least that big.
You keep track of the time, Dorian.
If I have to run back, I'll run back.
Dorian.
Sorry,
I
your
might
name's
say-
Demetrius.
I might
Dorian.
say-
There's lots of D's.
And as we're walking, I'm gonna come clean, and I'm gonna talk to you. I walk up beside him as she says to Dorian, and then I, like, in all fairness, my name's not Dorian, and you knew that, clearly, but, oh my! To friends, which I don't have many, my name is Basque. And it
Oh,
doesn't
are we
mean
friends? Are we friends now? Is that
I
what
consider
this
you a
means?
friend. You haven't stabbed me, so it's a good friend. Well, you don't have much to stab with, but I've seen what you
We've
can
all
do.
saved each other's lives the past.
I've met many people on the road that are pretty good
Couple
with their
days.
hands, but you're the best. It sounded worse than I meant. Why is
I've got to
everybody-
hand it to you. You tried on that one.
So we're friends now. That's what it took. A couple puns.
If you feel that way, then you can keep feeling that way.
What do I have to do to get through this person?
and we're
behind all
walking
this?
as we're doing this,
Yes,
right?
of course.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm looking around to see if I can find, if I see any signs of the clerics.
You're looking for clerics. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
It was good. It fell off your book.
Jeez.
I know.
1.
It's a natural one.
We gotta do it on our channel sometimes.
Ha!
Me.
You said our channel.
Well, I rolled a natural one. I clearly don't know what a cleric looks like.
You're pretty overwhelmed by the
That would make
stacks
sense.
of buildings and the poverty
amounts
and
of people.
the sickness. You see people who are just
This is horrible.
they're not
What
like
is this place?
it's not like diarrhea in the streets sickness, but like it's like
It's one up from that.
it's just like
It's at least solid.
diarrhea.
tired, lethargic, kind of not entirely
The
sociable
streets
people.
rend.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. On that note, I'm also taking a look around, and
You're on a run with that joke.
oh my goodness. And I know it's gonna get annoying, but I'm gonna be doing minor little thieves' cats.
I actually want you to roll a d20.
I'm just letting you know I am looking for. Ooh.
So, you notice
rolled a
as you're
19.
walking an alleyway, a hand actually responds to you. And it says yes.
Jarl's Tavern tonight.
Mina's like, I can do it too. She knows thieves can't.
And it responds, you don't have that long. Come.
And I ask,
We
threat?
need. No, we need to speak now.
And I turn to the side and say, that vendor looks like he's selling something I want. Hold on one moment. You guys keep walking, I'll catch up. Do I have to roll deception against you guys?
Are you guys? I mean,
I don't want to...
do you feel like he would have lied to you? I mean, is that?
Yes.
Do I care?
Yeah.
That's the other
Do you
question.
care? Yeah.
Where are you going? Can I
Doesn't
come
matter.
too?
Let's keep
Oh.
Let's keep walking for the.
I turn,
clerics.
I look back at you and say, one moment. And I'm just like backing away. And I kind of like half jog away.
Just keep walking.
And I don't walk right up to him because I'm not stupid.
Right.
Because guards would murder me.
Yeah.
I kind of start looking at someone's wares and I just talk to them, but I'm not talking to them. And I'm just talking to him if thieves can't. And just kind of like pointing at things and just kind of like doing little symbols and like asking questions. And I kind of just show the symbol of the clasp
Mm-hmm.
and just like very, very subtly, but just
Mhm.
like where people would hide it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not there. I can't find it.
I'm looking for any sign that he's also... There is a respect among them, whether thief or not, to fear / look out for.
You're so sweet.
Yeah. So it's.
Well, he did answer me and say
Right.
he needed to talk to me now, so I
Right.
assume he's not just some random thief.
Right. So you know, while you're trying to do the thieves' camp with him, he's kind of frustrated trying to get you to come over to him. He's basically signing, this is inefficient. We need to speak.
That's what worries me.
What? Get over here now.
I saunter over. And just kind of like, think of like Brad Pitt style, where he's just like eating an apple style. You know,
Sure.
that type of
Yeah.
person.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm trying to pretend I'm just like aloof.
Sure.
But in reality, I'm quite nervous.
And you do notice that there are guards around.
That's why I'm nervous.
and
I don't feel like we should go too far away.
one of
from
them's
him.
actually
Let's
looking
go
over
back.
at the guy.
Maybe there's something
but
there that we
he's
want.
kind of turning a blind eye.
Does he just look like a person? He's not like the
Can we
typical
still-
wearing robes.
We
in
can
the
still
darkness.
see
Right
him
now.
here.
Okay, I'm like
We can
assuming
wait
he's
here.
not just like a.
Yeah.
He's up to no good. I don't want to be caught in whatever
Wait,
he's
are
doing.
you in the alley?
No,
No. Oh,
he's
okay.
at the edge of an alley
Mhm,
though.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
Is still in sight of
Of
us if we stopped walking.
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
this is waiting.
Okay.
Does
You
that
guys are
help
gonna
you
wait
feel a
for it?
little better?
Yes, thank you.
So you two find a bench and try to
Trust him.
go somewhere where you're kind of
Don't know why.
inconspicuous and not just like standing staring at him.
Well, he lied to you about his name, so
Um,
I mean, I wouldn't trust him.
I actually,
What's yours?
I actually need you guys. Are you guys? Do you have any intention
Promise.
of not being noticed, or are you just kind of?
No, I
We've just stopped in the road and we're just talking.
found a place to sit down and we're just watching.
Good old road talking.
And still trying to see if we see any clerics around.
Sure. So as you get closer,
You know, clerical work.
he he says to you, Bask, come here.
I just smile and kind of chuckle a bit, and I'm like, "Why, okay?" In a different accent,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't speak.
Okay.
Can't hear this.
He says,
I know.
You
Probably for the
don't
best.
want your friend's presence for this conversation. Let's find ourselves a quieter place to speak. Just, he's basically just kind of inviting you into the alley.
I've been down many a dark alley. It's fine. Let's go in. What is everything that sounds so terribly?
So,
You're so supportive.
So
I'm
so
sorry,
he,
no, that
supportive.
just caught me
He-
off
he-
guard. It was wonderful.
he brings you in a few
Uh-huh.
feet, just where he knows you're not going to be overheard by some random dude that's just hanging around the corner.
Sure.
And you see that there's a couple more of them, and there's actually a really big guy with him. He's carrying a warhammer. I actually need you to roll a wisdom saving throw upon seeing this guy.
I'm sorry. I promise I wasn't laughing at you.
13. Okay. You are very frightened of this guy. Anyways, he says.
To a point, yeah, definitely. I'm wary of him for sure.
So he says to you, "Well,
Oh, I
are you in his
love
good graces
you.
or not? Where have you been?"
That's a great question. I found out that I was in some strange void for an extended period of time with my companions that I was traveling with. That one, I say, I don't say that one, I say the one in robes. I'm not sure who he is. He seems trustworthy. But perhaps we were gone for months.
Anyone who does not serve the clasp is not trustworthy.
They don't know my identity.
You sharing secrets?
I laugh. I say, was she?
She's like, what?
Good job. Of course I didn't share secrets. Who do you think I
Oh
am?
my goodness.
You've heard of my reputation. Do you know what I've done?
He says, "Of course I know what you've done. Don't be an idiot."
And you don't be an idiot and tell me that I'd tell some random people who I was.
So, are you in his good graces or not?
I could hardly know that. I've been here all but 10 minutes.
That is the proper use of the frying pan. Right.
What's that?
She smacked the table with it.
Frying pans. Who
Yeah.
knew?
So he's
Henry,
obviously
every single time.
pretty confused by your responses, and he basically is just like, "What do you mean you've only been here 10 minutes?"
If I've gone through another void, I swear I'm going to start stabbing people. I walked into the city like a few hours ago. It's hyperbole, friend. I'm not making things up, I'm just saying things. But the point is that I just got here, and if you're saying or threatening me, you best back it up with something.
He responds with, "It doesn't take that long to travel here. Where have you been?"
I told you, I went into some kind of void. Did you have a void of thought? I just barely told you.
So he doesn't know what you're talking
I
about.
was traveling with Vistani. I told everyone that mattered where I was headed, and then suddenly disappeared for weeks on end or months. I don't know how long I've been gone. What year is it?
He says Vistani.
Yes, I was traveling with Vistani.
That was months ago. Do you not remember your assignment?
Do I?
No.
No, I don't remember any assignment. All I know is that I was to travel to Emon, meet a
That was a
man, and
very
then
good guess.
he'd give me information
that
at
was
a dead drop.
Well, clearly you're not in the right frame of mind.
Again, void.
The powers that be will not be happy about this.
I'm not happy about it either. I lost months of my life.
Stop trying to avoid
And
the
so,
conversation.
Exactly.
trying to spark something, he
Nice.
says, "Did you get in Sika Emring's good graces?
Did I?
Did you?
Well,
Is the name ringing a bell to you?
Kind of,
as a
yeah.
player?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember why?
You wrote it down.
You,
You
well,
wrote
yeah,
it down
because
in
of
your-
the book, the letter I had.
Mhm.
Well, as I
Sorry,
remembered in
I'm
the
just reminding you as a.
Yeah.
Sika Emring told me about these void spots to begin with, but I had already been out of one before it happened, so I don't know what happened between point A and point B. Which is why I'm in Emon in the first place, to find out where the bloody guy was.
It does appear that.
Is this the only magical anomaly that's happening?
Sika-
Half the cities are dead, dying.
It does seem that you may be having communications with him. I suggest contacting him as quickly as possible.
How would you send him a message from me and say where I am? Give me some kind of message other than some thugs in an alley.
He doesn't respond to us anymore.
Breeze, aren't these pretty flowers over there? This looks so nice
Sorry.
at this shop.
Just the way it ended.
He
Can we
says,
still see him?
I suggest
We
you
can't.
contact him soon.
see him
It'd be
anymore,
good for
can
your
we?
health.
I look at him, and I give him the most threatening glare I can. And I said, if you know who I am, I wouldn't say such things. But the important thing is that I will let you live and walk out of this alley for even insulting my...
You're pulling off a bluff while being intimidated.
I know.
This really
You're intimidated.
huge guy with a hammer. So you actually are frightened in this scenario.
Yes. Well, I look as I'm saying this, I look over at the group and that man, and I just say, we're not always around our friends. Don't insult a viper.
Can we still see him?
No.
No.
And
No, he entered into the shadows in the
Yeah,
alley.
so how long has he been back there?
About as long as this conversation's taking.
Okay.
2-3 minutes.
so
Do you think he's coming back out, or do you think he's dead?
Well, there's a fair chance that he's dead.
Do you
But
think we should go in there and check
as
this?
far as you know, I'm just smart.
let's give it till he's supposed to be at the Jorgen Florgenfest. Then we'll go. But for right
The
now,
Jorgen Florkins are a defined family.
then we should, for now, sit and admire the people walking by. Look, there's some clerics walking by right now.
Those are not clerics.
How do you know?
They're nuns.
Well, they're not
So I
head to toe, like
I
you
just
said.
tell them,
You're none the wiser.
say, I need to know where they are. I need to know who to contact. I need to know what to do. I can't just do things. I could, but I'd rather have a contract.
He says that's why we hired you in the first place.
Hired me to do what?
Get close to Seeker and Ring. That's what I've been telling you the entire time. Are you in his good graces? Sounds as though you are. Go find him. Go to him.
Could you point a direction in the city?
I think one as you might be resourceful enough.
Without context, how resourceful am I? I just look at him, just kind of say, what's your name?
He says, I'm Farrell.
Farrell?
Farrell.
Well, Farrell, I'll see you later.
Nice to know you forgot me.
Are we friends, Farrell?
Unfortunately, it seems as though we're not.
We need to have a chat longer than this one, but I have to go. My friends are back there, and they might get suspicious that I'm. Who knows what they
He
think I'm
seems,
doing?
he seems slightly wild.
I start backing out of the alley, and I
Farrell.
say, one of you be useful and give me some kind of information of where.
You're trying to say that to the
As
guys in
I'm-
the alley?
Yes, I'm bluffing when I'm like
Yeah,
walking out of the
yeah.
alley. Just like, I need some information. Someone give me something tonight.
They just they just kind of like they're kind of jeering at you a little bit. One of them throws something at you.
Oh,
Rude.
You get hit with an apple core on your way out the alley.
I have a 16
Who's your friend?
AC, so it's not like
Yeah.
when it hits me, but
Yeah.
it's like I just
Said
sort of
apple core. Who's
waste
your
of
friend?
produce.
My friend?
It's
As
an
I
old
walk out
thing.
of, I know that one. Yeah, Donald
Yeah.
Duck. Anyway, I walk out of the alley and just kind of brush off the apple and just keep on heading out. And I'm just like frustrated,
Yeah.
and I just keep walking, and I see them, and I'm just like, sorry, they didn't have my color.
of what?
It's not important. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking for another scarf. This one's getting old.
I didn't see scarves over there.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. They were cravats. I didn't want cravats.
Fine, keep your secrets. Let's go find these clerics.